the Bryan Beller Show.
Again, your song "Living the Dream." This is the most metallic song of the year. This is where you see that Bryan Beller is a metal fan, I think.
Metal heart.
Let's accept.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I like you, Marco, but
The truth is that both Marco and I have a pretty strong metal background. We both listened to a lot of it when we were kids, and we still do, and we still appreciate metal as a genre, both kind of the classic metal, the Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and all that, as well as some of the more modern stuff, some of the really aggressive technical stuff. So I had been thinking that I wanted to write a song like that off and on over the years, but this song in particular, the story around it is that exactly in sequence, like, okay, so I was on that Death Clock tour, and I had been touring for 3 months before that, and then I left that tour to go to Russia with Marco and Guthrie for a gig there, and then when we came back, it was like the end of December, and we were supposed to be in the studio recording Culture Clash in 10 days, and I hadn't learned any of their music, and I hadn't written my last song, and I was physically ill from all the travel. I mean, sometimes the travel just really, really wears you out. And I didn't have time to recover. I just had to throw myself in front of the computer and just write something. And I had been feeling several frustrations about, even though I love what I do, I love traveling, I love playing music for a living, there were some frustrations that come along with it as well. And I thought maybe if I could just unleash that into music, that I could come up with something that would make me feel a little bit better and also be a new, interesting timbre for the band. So when I first kind of heard this, like, I'm like thinking, is that really going to work with the Aristocrats? Like, do we do this sort of thing? And as I got further into the song, I actually wrote it very quickly. Once I started to get into it, it just kind of flew right out of me. And like Guthrie is like very kind of proud of the song Culture Clash. Like that's his one that he would kind of pick on this record. Is like, okay, here's where I was at. This is the one that I would pick, and kind of like, here's where I'm at. The emotional and musical content of that, especially that kind of breakdown in the middle. I'd never really written anything quite like that before. That was kind of fun. But it's great to know that I can write something like that and have Guthrie, who is really not a metal guy. Marco and I will, we have a whole, like, sometimes we'll be playing, like, Slayer songs in soundcheck, and Guthrie just kind of stands there and goes,
yeah.
Seriously. So he's not really a modern metal guy, but of course Guthrie can do anything, so, he sounds and does his thing. And Marco just went crazy with it, because, like, he has all these kind of tools in his toolbox, and we were breaking out. I had a couple of ideas for different kind of drum riffs and grooves from modern metal and classic metal, and he just took it and just went crazy with it. So I know I'm rambling here, but that song is actually very important to me.
I like the song a lot too.
it's my favorite. It's my favorite in the album. So.
Oh, so you're a metal guy, huh?
Yeah, that's where we come from.
We come from.